Hello and welcome to G.A.R. Productions. I'm starting a YouTube channel talking about, doing Lego Star Wars reviews, Lego Star Wars commentary, Q&As, mostly about Lego army building. And today we're going to be reviewing the new Lego Star Wars Ahsoka's Clone Troopers Battle Pack and Swamp Speeder. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my channel in the outro and about the set, but we'll get right into the... So here it is. Lego Star Wars set 75359, Ahsoka's Clone Trooper Battle Pack and Swamp Speeder. We'll take a look at the figures first, then we'll kind of talk about some of my thoughts and opinions on it, and then we'll talk about if it's good for army buildability. So here's the first regular 332nd Trooper. I am happy. Our first, let me try and see if I can get that. Come on, focus. There we go. I was a little concerned with the original box art. It looks like the black lines were going to be like super huge, which was kind of going to be disappointing, but it appears in hand it is not as bad as we thought in that respect. Helmet holes, still, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. I know some people are okay with it, but I don't like it. Think they could do better. The helmet printing is okay, but again, I think it could be better. I do have the old Trooper here for comparison, and sorry, I was trying to get them to focus. You can tell that this Trooper, the old one, is a little bit tighter. The newer one is not as tight with the fin. So again, it's not terrible, but it's all right. Again, it could be better. And Lego says it's the best or nothing. So it's kind of disappointing when they don't seem to do the best. So that's your regular Trooper. We do have this Trooper then. We have two of these guys with jetpacks. Same thing, just the jetpack on the back, which is nice. We do see that in the Mandalore arc, that there are a lot of 332nd Troopers, especially in the first attack wave, that had the jetpack. So that's a cool addition. I do appreciate that. And then we have Captain Vaughn with his visor, printed jetpack, kind of like Cody has from the ATTE. So again, honestly, Captain Vaughn is probably the most lackluster figure because of how they did him. He does have his officer rank insignia, which is nice, but I know if you guys are watching this, you probably might know of Life Bricks or watch him or subscribe to him. I'd check out his Bricklink store, Indie Brick Den, or if you have the old ARC Troopers Battle Pack, I would change out his visor with a dark red. I think it does look more accurate. I agree with Indie, or with Life Bricks. So if you haven't seen his video, maybe check it out, or check out his Bricklink store, Indie Brick Den, and I'd order one of them because it honestly looks better. I don't have my parts with me right now. They're still at my parents', my bin of parts. I have my sets with me, but I don't have my parts, and that's where my visor is going to be. I would already changed it out if I had that visor, but I don't. So that's the minifigures, the builds. I mean, the cannon, it's cute. It's good playability for kids. It's not my favorite look, but it's good for the kids. Swamp Speeder, I do kind of like the color scheme that we did get, like a 501st Swamp Speeder. That is nice. But I don't really like the guns. Again, same thing. I don't really like the guns, and I don't really like the size either. My favorite Swamp Speeder size is the, I think, 2008 or 7 Swamp Speeder with the intermediate Phase 2 White Trooper and Bear Sophy. That's my favorite size because it's like minifigure size, and I think it looks pretty good. So that's one's my favorite. This is probably my least favorite. I have the last three, the one from the Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack, the one with Bear Sophy, and this is probably my least favorite. So that's the set. Pretty decent. Could have been worse, could have been better. Thankful that it went back down to 20 and didn't try and scam us with 27. That's ridiculous. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But I think this set, I think Life Bricks has talked about it, maybe even M&R Productions. This set is, like, in my opinion, 3 years too late. It was something that I really wanted 2 or 3 years ago. I wanted a 332nd Battle Pack when the original Trooper came out, but that's not what we got. And I think this, even if we got it now, it could have been better. I think we should take out Captain Vaughn. I mean, yes, he's an okay figure, but again, that's the cardinal sin, as we say, for battle packs. You're not supposed to have named characters. So let's take him out, and I think he should have been in the AAT or another Mandalorian set. They could have done more sets. I wish they had. I know Lego's too scared to put too much stock in a theme because they got burned with like Rogue One and the sequels not selling as well as they would have liked. So I get that. It's just still, I wish that they had made more sets so that he could have fit better in one of them. But, and honestly, again, I like Captain Von. I like who he is. I think we have got more backstory now. I believe there's some other content. I can't remember. But in my opinion, on the other hand, I think Jesse might have been a better fit. We've had more history with Jesse from dating back to season 2. You know, he was more integral to the whole arc of Mandalore and the end of the Clone Wars than Vaughn was. I mean, yeah, it's a cool guy. Everyone loves him. But we barely got to see him compared to we saw Jesse. And, you know, I really like Jesse's Phase 2 ARC Trooper armor. So that would have been really cool. I know LEGO might not have done a great job. Unfortunately, right now with Clone Troopers, they're not doing the best, I think. But it still would have been nice to see. I think that I would have appreciated that more than Captain Vaughn. But I don't think Captain Vaughn should be here. And I think the best set, again, I think they should have done this 4 years ago, would be something like this. Now, granted, I don't have like the Grumpy Clones, I think, custom one. I just have a regular old one, but I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to take one of these out. So you get, I think, a battle pack that would have been really good. The best, I think. I mean, especially if this released 2 or 3 years ago, this could be like top 10 battle packs of all time. But you got your 2 332nd Troopers, one with a jetpack, a plain Phase 2 White Clone Trooper, and a Mandalorian Loyalist. I think that would have been, as they say, a banger battle pack. I think that could have been a top 5 battle pack of all time with this minifigure selection. But that's not what LEGO decided to do. It's not when they decided to do it. So we'll take those guys out, put back in the minifigures. Vehicle-wise, again, it's not my favorite. I'm honestly probably going to scrap it for spare parts. Kids are going to like it. Some people are going to like it. I appreciate that they did something different with the color scheme. I know it wasn't on Mandalore, but it is cool to see. Might mean we could get some different colored vehicles at some point, maybe like a Plo Koon's ATTE. I'd like to see a dark blue ATTE. But just different things like that would be cool. But I don't really like this one. And that's my opinion. So I'm probably going to scrap it, at least change out the guns. To build a 332nd Army, I know that's going to be kind of a focus of my channel is, you know, things that can be army built or how to build an army. Yeah, if you want a 332nd Army, go for it. This is exactly what you needed. You got a regular trooper, you can take the jetpacks off, you can have Captain Vaughn leading them. It's perfect for that. Yes, in my opinion, I think it's it might be a case, as they say, too little, too late. It might be a little bit too late, but having them in hand, I am enjoying them. I like them more than I thought I would, but I'm probably, you know, at this point in my collecting, I'm trying to get the 187th. I want a little bit more of them before they retire. Other clones are coming like next spring. We have Phase 2 White Troopers coming is the big rumor, which is awesome. Finally, it took them way too long. Like 10 years is way too long for Phase 2 White Troopers. We have the 501st Battle Pack, which I still want to get some more of those. So, yeah, if you want your 332nd Army, go for it. I'm probably going to be done here. I have a full, within canon, a full squad, or Legends, I think. I'm going to do a video on, like, clone army sizes and the size of squads and platoons, because that's how my brain works. I like military sizes. So I'm going to talk about that in a video, but from my estimation, a clone squad is 9 troopers. So I'm going to I have 6 of the old 332nd, 3 of these new ones, and Vaughn. So I'm probably going to be done with them. But if you want to, it's really good. Yeah, I would recommend selling your Captain Vaughns. You could, if you want to also. You could if you got extra 501st Troopers, you could put a regular 501st helmet or even a 501st Officer helmet from the 501st Specialist Battle Pack on Captain Vaughn instead. Take his helmet off, put one of those helmets on, and then you essentially have a 501st Captain. That'd be kind of cool. That's an option. But yeah, good buildability. Captain Vaughn hurts it, so having to either sell those off or yeah, you know, but you're still talking maybe you'd use 2 of them, but if you want 30 of these troopers and you have to buy 10 of them, you're still stuck with 8 or 9 extra Vaughns that you don't really necessarily want. Swamp Speeder, it's a decent vehicle. You know, we haven't been getting a crazy amount of vehicles lately for the clones or the droids. Clones, yes, but droids not near so much. That's another topic for another video. But again, the look of it is not my favorite. I wanted a full-size Swamp Speeder. When we first heard about this set, it was going to be like a full-size Swamp Speeder. They were talking about maybe having Luminara, 442nd Siege Battalion, which are like the green troopers that look like 2 12th markings but green. And I was really excited for that. And then we got this, which I still enjoy this. I'm still happy we got this, but I almost would have preferred that more for the troopers and the build because I wanted a bigger build. So yes, if you want some swamp speeders, good. It's good for the army for vehicles. But again, I don't like the stud shooters. Great for kids. Some people might like them. I don't really like the stud shooters, so I'm going to either at least try and switch out the blasters. If not, I might just end up scrapping it for spare parts because it does have some good spare parts that I could use for other mocks or vehicles or custom vehicle or something like that. So your mileage will vary, but that is the 332nd Battle Pack set, Lego Star Wars set number 75359, and then we'll finish up here with the outro.
So that's the review on Ahsoka's Clone Troopers, Lego Star Wars set 75359. Sorry, now I was looking down the instructions because I cannot remember that set number to save my life. But it's a good set. I don't remember if I said that in the review, but I'd give it about a 7.5 out of 10. I mean, they're okay. The Clone Troopers are okay. But again, I think it is something where it's it might be a bit too little too late. It would have been a better set 3 years ago. And I think it could have had a better minifigure selection for what was actually seen in those episodes of the Clone Wars, put Vaughn in something else. But beside the point, that's not what happened. That's not what we got. What we got is this set. So in realms of, yes, I'm starting this channel, kind of trying to focus on army building and, is a set worth army building? How does this fit into building an army? So if you're wanting to build a 332nd army, of course it's going to be a great set. If you're going to want to build a clone army, I don't know. It just kind of depends on how many Ahsoka clones you want to have, how many you already have. Are you okay having that lower quality on these clone troopers compared to the old ones? Or are you willing to spend a little bit more and get the old ones? The old ones have come down. They were up to $20. They're back down to $15, which was kind of the average most of last year, which, yeah, is kind of expensive for a clone that's not that old, but could be worse. Could be the 212th Airborne Trooper from General Grievous's Starfighter that is going to be probably my channel logo. That's like $65, which he's pretty expensive. So in the grand scheme of things, maybe that isn't that expensive, but it's up to you. Your mileage will vary. If you're trying to build a 332nd army, this is fantastic. If you're trying to build a clone army, it's great to have 2 battle packs. I just wish we'd got a little bit more variety. Again, a Phase 2 White Trooper would have been really nice, but that's not what we got. What we got is this. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Stay tuned. I'm going to try and do probably weekly videos. It's going to be mostly older sets. I'm going to be reviewing older sets and how, if it fits in army building, if you have it, how expensive they are. This one is $20. Most of us know that. But I'm going to go into, how much they were, how much that you can get them for now. Is it worth trying to get them now, or is it worth trying to wait for a future set of the same vehicle or troopers? So look forward to that. We're going to be striving for weekly updates. Weekly updates, maybe bi-weekly updates. No, 2 episodes a week, but at least a review every week, and then it'll probably be another video that week, but I'm not sure about that. Just kind of got a lot of life things going on, trying to start this at the same time. We'll see how much time we have, but I'm going to really try for at least 1 episode a week. So see you next week. I'm thinking it's going to be something separatist next week, so stay